All right, again, welcome everybody to the evening before Valentine's Day. Thank you for sharing your love of solar with us tonight. Again, I'm Eric Schneider. I'm the Director of Business Development and Marketing here at StraightUp Solar, and we're honored to have you join us tonight. So, all right, so grab your Valentine and let's get started. Talk about solar here. Oop. Little background about StraightUp Solar. We were founded in 2006 by an orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Dane Glick, who wanted to extend the notion of caring beyond his medical practice into the community. And when he was doing his residency in Western Kentucky, he got very much concerned about the impact of fossil fuels on the environment for the people who worked in the fossil fuel industry and what it was doing in the air. He was seeing that in his clinic. So when he finished up his residency and moved to St. Louis, he got into solar energy and he wanted to put solar system on his home. And so he went in the phone book and looked up solar installers. He realized that there were no solar installers in the phone book. So Dane, being a pretty smart guy, got a hold of the NABCEP book, which stands for the North American Board of Certified Energy Professionals, studied to become a NABCEP certified installer, put a system on his roof, worked pretty well. His neighbors thought, hey, that's pretty cool. Dane got a couple buddies. They started doing solar installations all around his town. Before you know it, almost 17 years later, the company's grown to 2,800 installations with 53 megawatts to date. We have offices here in St. Louis, where I'm at, Central Illinois, in our Bloomington office in downtown Bloomington, and in Marion, Illinois, in Southern Illinois. We do a full portfolio of solar energy solutions for residential, for businesses, commercial and industrial. We do battery storages for home and businesses, electrical smart panels, electric vehicle charging, and then what we'll talk about today, service and maintenance. So we're here to care for your system throughout the life of your system here. We're considered an EPC company, which means that we develop, engineer, procure, and construct. We're a turnkey installer. We do it all from literally soup to nuts, and then care for it with our service department at the end here. We also do asset management for companies who own their own arrays. We can do operation and maintenance on them. The smiley face of the people here on their left represents 120 people and more. 50% of them have that NABCEP certification. So we're really proud to have this level of expertise in our company. People who do solar, they do it well. They do it every single day. Even though we're a small company, we're part of a national group called the Amicus Solar Cooperative that allows us to group purchase our equipment at a much lower cost than it would be if we were just an isolated company. And probably what I'm most proud about is that we're a certified B Corporation, which means that we join the ranks of Patagonia, King Arthur's Flour, and Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream, all of who believe that business can be a force for good in the world here. To be a B Corp, StraightUp Solar must report on the sustainability of our business for our workers, our customers, suppliers, and community, and the environment. We're evaluated by a third-party B Labs to make sure that we have a positive impact on the people and the planet. And every day we strive to make sure that our business is doing good for people and planet here. We're driven by our clear values, care for community, lead the energy transition, educate everyone, advocate with a purpose, respect people and planet, and embody excellence. And today, as our webinars are part of educating everyone, and we hope we do an excellent job educating them. And again, feel free to drop your questions in the chat as we go forward through this webinar. Today's topic, we're going to talk about what makes a solar panel, how sturdy they are. We're going to talk about StraightUp Solar's service department and warranties, answer some common service questions, and answer your questions and answers here. So you're tired of my bullfrog voice here. I'm going to turn it over to the sweeter sounds of Andrew Miller. He has one of the best voices in our department. He's been with StraightUp Solar for about 5 years, and he's done a full range of jobs here. He started here on the roof, then moved into project development and customer sales, sold a lot of residential projects and small business projects, and now he's into service sales. Andrew really enjoys cooking. We're going to keep him focused on solar today, but Andrew could talk your ear off about all the cooking and barbecuing that he does with his family, and he also plays disc golf. And most importantly, Andrew, as our remove and replace manager, is also a NABCEP certified PV associate here. So I'm honored to work with people like Andrew day in and day out. And with that, I'll turn it over to Andrew for today's presentation.
Thank you very much, Eric. I greatly appreciate that. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the time. I know time is very precious. I want to apologize in advance. I have an 11-year-old and a 5-year-old above me and a poodle going crazy. So I apologize if you hear that. doing the best I can as a dad. So yes, this evening we're going to go through the service side of StraightUp Solar. We're going to start off just by talking about how does solar work. And please remember to put your chats in the comment. We'll get to those as we can. And then at the end, we'll have a Q&A, and I can definitely reach out to you after the fact on more one-on-one if you'd prefer that. Happy to help. Call, text, email. I'm always available. So how does solar work? To keep it as simple as possible, the sun shoots photons to the solar panels. The solar panels create DC energy. That DC energy is then transferred to an inverter, which turns into AC energy. DC energy meaning direct current, AC meaning alternating current. Our homes run on alternating current. That inverter transfers it to alternating current, and then that is used in your home. Whatever, if you want to make a pizza in the oven, you turn the oven on, you're using your solar power if it's the daytime. And then if it's you're not using your power, you get what is called a bidirectional meter. And that meter, literally, when you overproduce, meaning your solar is producing more than you're currently using, your meter goes backwards and you get credit. Then if you want to make a pizza in the evening, your meter, you use the credits you've already built up. So it's a great process, and you also get compensated by that from your utility, and those rates do depend on your particular utility provider. But there's definitely benefits to that. And we also have the ability to monitor your system in real time. We can see if anything's wrong, see what it's producing, show you month to month accurate readings. Yes, I see at the first couple questions, keep the panels clean. I have a slide on that in a little bit, and I'll definitely educate you on that. Again, I am not an engineer or a scientist, so I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. I know there's all kinds of good information out there, but to keep it simple, solar panels are essentially made from sand. Silicone is produced from that. There are 3 different types of panels: mono, poly, and thin film. We specifically use monocrystalline panels because the efficiency is significantly better, and it's anywhere from 5 to 10% better than poly. It is more expensive to produce the mono cells, but over a 25, 35-year investment, that 5 to 10% efficiency, we believe, is definitely worth that extra process. As you can see in this photo here, we have the different layers of a solar panel. They are extremely durable, which I'll talk about in a little bit as well. Yep, and then a group of solar panels is called a solar array, if you did not know that. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting process. They create the wafers, and yeah. Next slide. Are solar panels strong? They are rated to withstand 50-mile-an-hour, 1-inch hail. That is extreme. And the way I always tell people, if you're worried about your system blowing off, your roof is going to come off your system before the solar panels come off. Then that's not your problem at all. You're not worried about the solar, you're worried about your roof. But they're very durable. Being a black or blue or purple color, I'm actually colorblind, so it's hard for me to tell the difference, but they absorb heat and melt the snow faster off than your normal roof. Obviously, if there's snow covered on your panels, they're not going to produce at that point in time, but as soon as they melt, they'll be up and running again. Yes, and they are cleaned off by heavy rain. Yeah. You can carry on, Eric. Next slide, please. All right, so something very unique about StraightUp Solar, our service department. As Eric mentioned, I've worked in many different positions with StraightUp. I started as an installer, to sales support, to sales, and now I'm on the service side. And I chose the service side because of the different positions that I've worked. I've gained pieces of knowledge throughout every step to be where I'm at. And they literally came to me, created this position because of my skill set and experience with StraightUp. So something unique about StraightUp, our service department, we have one. You would be amazed at the companies that just don't have a service department. I have dealt with customers that no exaggeration, I had a customer had a system installed and turned on a Saturday, had a thunderstorm and hail. 2 weeks later, he called the company back. They did not have a remove and reinstall service. That blew my mind. You will never have that issue with us. We will take care of you. And it's a 20 to 30-year commitment that we're more than happy to help you with. Yep, we have over 20 technicians, and we're growing rapidly. We currently have a dedicated O&R crew, and our goal is to have 3 to 4 by the end of this year. That's the growth. Sorry, I will get to that question at the very end. It's sort of hard to keep track and do all that, but I promise I will answer the questions. Yes, and with our warranties at StraightUp Solar on our install side, we have a 10-year workmanship warranty on all projects that we do, and that doesn't include roof leaks. We have a 10-year production guarantee, a 10-year production guarantee, meaning your system will produce what we say it will produce, or we will pay you the difference. I mean, I think that we were one of the first companies to actually offer that, and then more and more companies caught on because that was such a great benefit. And again, I'm not going to get into too big of details on this. You could talk to one of our developers, and they can give you more specifics on it because it is a little bit more detail, but definitely worth the conversation because that's where one of the great benefits of working with StraightUp Solar comes into play. All of our service work has a 1-year guarantee. 1-year guarantee. Our inverters and panels, 25 years plus guarantee. And batteries, 10 to 12-year guarantee. And there are extensions that can be bought. And those are the more specific questions depending on which ones you actually decide to purchase. And we can get into more details on that once you talk to one of our developers. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, so now we're going to go over some common service questions. What happens when I need a new roof? Okay, so this is my expertise. My title is Remove and Reinstall Manager. So this is a pretty simple process. If you installed with StraightUp Solar, we have your documentation all on site, or all in our records. I can look that up very quickly. And there's multiple ways, if you need this service, you can reach out to us. You can go on our website, you can call our offices, or now you have my personal email, so please feel free to do that. Once I get the phone call, I'll do all my homework, get all the information I need, give you a quick phone call. You and I will have a 2 to 5 minute conversation. We'll just talk about the roofer, the insurance companies involved, where do you want to store the equipment, and just the other random things that come up. Every project is so unique, where we're going to put things, time, scheduling, but just a quick conversation to get that going. I can get you a quote in generally 24 to 48 hours, pretty quick. And we also do quotes for non-StraightUp Solar customers, and that's something that's picking up in our business. There's so many companies out there that have came and went and just left their customers abandoned. We're happy to help them with this process because, I mean, you need new roofs, you need your solar to be working efficiently. We need to keep the environment the best that we can. Okay, so yeah, that's essentially the step one, quick conversation. And if you're not a StraightUp Solar customer, it's a little more legwork. We just need documentation. A lot of times we will do a site inspection just because we didn't install it. We want to see what quality's there, and that could take just a little extra effort and work. But yeah, once you decide you want to move forward with us, I coordinate with roofers, insurance companies. I do it on a daily basis, and we assign a crew, set a date, and get it done for you. Next slide, please, Eric. So yeah, then this is our start. Once we've signed the contracts, you want to move forward with us, you're happy with everything, the logistics are worked out. The crew comes on site, introduces himself, walk step by step with the project with you before they touch anything. Make sure you understand exactly who, what, when, where, how. We're going to take care of everything. You approve everything. First thing we do is set up safety. We map out the array. We inspect the array by getting on your solar portal to make sure everything's working correctly. And if there's issues, we'll let you know that, and we can correct that when we reinstall the system. So we do inspect everything beforehand. We want your system to work just as it is before, if not better. We come and reinstall it. Yeah, we try to replace the solar system 2 to 3 weeks approximately after we remove it. And logistically, this just makes it easier for us because we have to order some materials, and we just never know how much we're actually going to need until we remove it and see what pieces can be removed, can be reused, and that need to be new. We always replace the flashing. This guarantees the waterproofing. So yeah, and again, this comes with a 5-year workmanship and roof leak warranty. We always back that up when we repair everything. I'm honestly happy to say, I mean, roof leaks happen. I'm not gonna lie. I try to be 100% honest. Out of 60 projects last year, I had 2 roof leaks. In my opinion, that's pretty good. But we've worked with the customers, worked with insurance, took care of it. You can't even tell it ever happened. So just full transparency there. I do 100% open, honest, greater good for everyone involved in our process. So I am proud of that number. 2 out of 60 is pretty good. um, so yeah, once they get the system up, they turn it back on, make sure everything's running correctly. We generally watch the system on the portal for about a week, just to make sure it's running good. We let you know that, and then the project's done and you're running on the sun again. So yeah, that's the R&R process in a nutshell. Yeah, thank you. Next slide, Eric. Okay, I saw this question in the chat. Do I need to clean my panels? Yes and no. I know that's not the best question or best answer. So we get a lot of rain in the Metro East, and it's generally good enough to wash the panels, but we do offer a panel cleaning service. We always recommend you can clean them yourself if you're comfortable with the heights. Please make sure you're safe. Obviously very dangerous getting on the roof. As you can see in this photo here, we have essentially a squeegee brush scrubber that we take up on there. We suggest you only use water, just tap water on your panels. And I've done some other research online just because I want to see what other companies say. They say you can use Windex. They say you can use Dawn dish soap or just any type of detergent. I do not recommend that. And I have pictures that show it builds a resin and it can lower your production rate just by being on there. It's greasy. You can tell instantly. But with this brush system, we have just normal water. We do not recommend using a power washer. A power washer is great for some projects, but it tends to create micro cracks on the solar panels, and it's not going to break immediately, but it just makes them degrade a little faster than they would if you didn't do it. But yeah, I can get you a panel cleaning quote within a day or two, no problem at all. We'll come bring this equipment to your house. We just hope you have a water spigot that's available to us. We just hook up our scrubber to that. They get up there, and we take before and after pictures so you can see. And obviously, if you're in a farm area or a place just with high dander and trees, we at least once a year, maybe. I think that's probably about right. I know we have a couple customers that do it right after spring, right after everything blooms. So that's the best time to do it. Yes. Okay, excellent. Next question we have, how can I protect against chewed wires? So critters, what do they have better to do than to mess with our stuff? I worked on a case today where raccoons ate shingles. It blows my mind, but it happens. So we sell a product which is called Spiffy Critter Guard. As you can see to the right here, it's a mesh steel fence that goes around the perimeter of your array and has clips that clamp under your solar panel to this fencing, and that stops them from getting in. It is very, very tough. It's not. Yes, it's very, very tough. It will do the job. And once we come to do this service, we will remove any current debris or mess that's under there. We will not, unfortunately, mess with any live animals. We will ask you to call animal control for that, just for safety reasons. We're solar experts, not animal control experts. But yeah, and it's really easy to see. If you can see buildup that's not just from the wind underneath your system, that's more than likely squirrels, raccoons, birds often get under there. I mean, if you think about it, you're creating a pretty nice home for them. And it's hard to keep them off, but with this system, it has great results, and we're very happy to install and just add that little bit of security. I actually saw that question pop up. Not necessarily. Leaves won't be too terrible. I mean, if you know it's like a big buildup, airflow is very important to have. It just helps cool the system, and the cooler it is, the better it produces. If you see it become significant where you can't really see daylight, then I might call us and we can come and remove that for you. But okay. What happens when the power goes out? So this is a big question I get when I was a project developer, and I want to make sure everyone understands. So when you have a solar system, from us, you have a grid tied system, meaning when your utility is running, the solar is running. If there's a power outage and you do not have battery backup, your system will shut down. And so this is for the safety of the linesmen and utility companies out there that are working the lines so it does not backfeed. This is called anti-islanding, and the system will shut down as soon as the power comes back up. Everything will kick on with no issues. And if something does happen, more often than not, it's possibly just a circuit breaker that most homeowners, anyone can handle that. And if that doesn't fix it, please call us. We can come and take care of that. And yeah, we call that power cycling when you turn the breaker on and off, just like any other electronic device. That's always good. Yeah, and then something else, it's good to just turn your system on and off, just like you're supposed to with your smartphone, that I haven't done in years probably. Shut it off a couple hours, pick a date. A lot of people will do just whatever, pick your birthday, your favorite holiday. So it's solar day, even January 1st. Just shut it off for a couple hours, reboot it, and we can happily help assist you with that if need be. We have free phone support for all of our customers. Yeah, help you with that. Should I service my solar battery? So batteries are very complex and complicated. You do not need to touch them ever. Please never press buttons, never guess anything unless you're certified and trained. We have training monthly for all of our technicians. One Friday a month, we train on something, whether it be batteries, whether it be safety, whether it be a new product. Continued training is huge with us. I mean, this technology changes pretty quickly, and something that works today may not work in a month from now. But our techs are trained and help you solve that. So please just call us immediately, and we can schedule a visit, come out and get it up and running for you if you're having issues. And again, you might just have to power cycle it with that breaker, and that could resolve most of the problems. Yes, and actually, so we are currently, oh, sorry, go back for 1 second, Eric. We're currently working on a video video troubleshooting. I know you're getting solar, it's exciting, you're getting batteries. The final step before our crew leaves, we do what is called the commissioning and walkthrough, where one of our crew leads or project field coordinators comes and talks to you, walks you through the entire system, shows you the stages, and just to make sure that you understand it. Well, I know I would be excited. I'm getting this. You're going to forget, and knock on wood, you're not going to have any issues for a while. And then if something does happen, you're not going to remember because that day you're just excited. Hey, I'm running on the sun. This is fun. So we're going to create this video series that'll be available on our YouTube channel and from our website, that you can actually go and see your product and how to do it step by step. I think that's going to be extraordinary. That'll be a benefit that only StraightUp Solar could provide, to have that type of help 24/7. All right. Why is my monitor display not reporting? So this is very, very common, and it can be very, very simple to fix. People don't think about it, but if you get a new router, if you change your password, if many things can happen, but it's just a simple, you just have to log on and connect your new router. Step one, obviously, I always feel silly saying this, is it plugged in? Most of us know, but if you're in the service industry, you'd be surprised sometimes that's a simple solution. Plug it in, you're good to go. If you change a password, that can create issues. Everything just has to be connected on the same wavelength. And yeah, pretty simple fix most of the time. Being a StraightUp Solar customer, we'll have access to your system. We can check it immediately, see what's going on. If it's communicating, and more often than not, with free phone support, we can resolve it remotely. Don't have to have a service visit, don't have to have a fee. We can help you resolve that. We have monitoring techs on staff that's literally their job, to watch and monitor systems and help our customers solve these problems and many more. Next question, please, Eric. Yes, so I mentioned how we do a commissioning or walkthrough with the system at the very end, and you also receive a pamphlet. I actually don't know how thick it is. I've seen them, but approximately that thick, that shows every component of your system, all the information you need to know, your warranty information, your net metering, and just common FAQ questions that you might have and need to look at a future time. Again, you're excited. You're not thinking about that at the moment. You're just ready to get it running and talk about it with your friends. But so that's just something else that we do to make sure that you're comfortable with everything and have everything at your fingertips.
If you're interested in getting a quote from StraightUp Solar, I just dropped in the chat a link. We have 5 easy steps to go solar. We can get you started with a solar support specialist who'll make sure that your home gets enough sunlight, is not blocked by trees, and is a pretty adequate candidate for solar. We'll put you up with a project developer who'll set you with a customized plan. You'll get a customized layout, proposal, and contract. Then, if you like the contract and you sign it, you move through steps 3 through 5 in our process here, and we'll assign you to a project manager who knows every step of the way where your project's going to go. Again, we're a turnkey installer, so we're going to fill out the paperwork. We're going to fill out the permits. We'll handle all the installations. We'll assign the crew. All you got to do is sit on your couch and watch it happen here. We'll assign our highly trained crew that do solar every single day. Typical installation, I'd say, for a home takes 2 to 3 days. For an installation, we can get you up and running. It takes about 30 days for Ameren to install that bi-directional meter. And then about a month later, you'll get that first bill and you'll see your energy costs decline. You'll be so happy. You'll be catching the sun rays and doing a big solar cheer and have that big solar smile and enjoying your solar array. Let's see here. So I just wanted to mention, I really appreciate you guys taking time and joining us on Valentine's Eve, showing your love for solar. We have a couple other solar seminars. If you're, most of the people on this call, I know we're customers, but if you have people who are interested in solar, just want to know the basics, Solar 101, we're doing 2 webinars. On March 19th, we're going to do Solar 101 for Missouri homeowners. On April 2nd, we're going to do one for Illinois homeowners. We're splitting the states up because the net metering and policy laws are so different in each state. We wanted to devote enough time for each region, but we're going to cover how does solar work? Is my home set up good for solar? Solar add-ons, batteries, smart panels, EV chargers, the incentives and financing. And then finally, what does a professional installation look like? We have a great picture here, the smiling family doing our solar smile pose here. No conduit runs, beautiful lines on the array, black on black panels. That's what you can expect. That's the type of excellence you can expect on from StraightUp Solar here. So with that, I want to thank our esteemed remove and replace manager, Andrew Miller, for all his time, for having a more soothing voice than I. I'm Eric Schneider, Director of Marketing Business Development. And again, thank you for joining us on today's webinar, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening.